Good morning, everybody. Lord Metatron came to me. Some of you know him as Archangel Metatron. Came to me this morning. He said it's really important that I share with you information about a thing called coherence, which another term for is balance between your body and your mind, where they are in harmony with each other and not in conflict with each other. He says most of the difficulties in human conditions today are the effects of an imbalance, a disharmonious relationship between the physical body and the mental form, the place where you store your information. He says organizing this information isn't something you need to try and do. What is important is that you be willing to silence this and relax this together. Bring them together in a place of quiet solitude. When you say solitude, what do you mean? He says with solitude, he means that being in a place where you will not be disturbed, where your breathing and the quieting of your mind become your only focus and intention over a period of about 20 minutes. He's saying that the symptoms that you will begin to notice as you quiet your mind and body is you will feel calmer and more relaxed. He's saying in extreme cases where people are, he says where you or other people may be dealing with great amounts of depression or anxiety, it's important to recognize that as you breathe, if you stay with your breath and keep your focus on relaxing and releasing the tension from your body, as you continue to focus on bringing your mind to a place of silence, that the body and mind will begin to align themselves. He says even on the first breath, if you do it deeply enough and intensely enough, that you will actually feel your mind quiet very rapidly. He says this is very important because people get stuck up here, and if they bring their awareness down in here, it makes it much easier. He's saying you could place your hand upon your heart to center yourself into the natural divine rhythm that flows through your body. He says that's what your heartbeat is. He says it's your natural divine rhythm, and that when you're breathing and feeling your heartbeat, your mind will begin to fall in line with that because your attention moves away from it to this natural rhythm of breathing and the rhythm of the heartbeat, and feeling those two working together as you breathe and feel the rhythm. He says your mind will start to quiet more and more and more. He says be patient with yourself. It's something that you do not do just once and then it works forever. He says it's something you have to do every single day, 2-3 times a day sometimes. I myself personally meditate up to 3 hours a day to create this state that he calls coherence. And I have to tell you, there is a state of vibrational frequency that your body will go into that just blows your mind. It just totally blows your mind, where you're just sitting, your brain and your body are there, they're quiet, but there's a vibration in them that's, you become more conscious of. It's the vibration of your energy, of who you really are. Yeah, he says, and who you really are, he says, is love. And when you begin to experience that vibration as a frequency in your body, throughout your body, and even in the molecules of your mind, in the quietness of your thoughtlessness, he's saying by thoughtlessness, he means there is no thought. There's just the silence, the feeling of your being present. He says to stress that, being present in this present moment. Yes, he says start with 20 minutes. Sit for 20 minutes. He says it will take many of you most of that time just to get the body and the mind somewhat quiet. But he says it's very important to notice when the quiet happens, as it happens. He says sometimes if you listen for the silence while you're breathing, you'll actually hear it expand in your mind. Yes. He's also saying that be really kind to yourself. Remember, he says most of what's in your mind isn't even yours. And it is important that you realize that, for as you breathe and bring yourself into your heart and bring your mind quiet, you will become aligned with who you truly are. You'll establish alignment in yourself with who you really feel yourself to be. He says this alignment that you will create in yourself, as many of us will tell you, will create a greater alignment around you, in the space around you, for you cannot change that which is within you without also simultaneously affecting that which is around you. And it is our delight to instruct you in the process of liberating yourself from the false imprisonment to this thing that you call your mind, your personality, which is just a construction of your human experience in this world, but is not who you are. So please do this activity. It is for your greatest benefit to quiet your mind, to become free of it, so that you may begin to identify with and recognize the higher frequencies of your essential nature that is here to express talents of love, of joy, of creativity that inspire, empower, and uplift yourself and others to the divine estate that we all actually live in. And he says that divine estate does not require the end of your physical body. In fact, you can experience more of a divine estate while you are in your physical body than when you are not. For it is only in your physical form that you have the opportunity to become fully conscious and present with who you truly are, and have a reference point beyond the physical form at the same time. What's that mean? He's saying that reference point beyond your physical body is the awareness of yourself as the being, the consciousness, the soul that you are, the extension of the one life, the creative source that is here to express that creative love to its fullest capacity. And in your alignment with that self, you begin to free yourself from all things that do not serve you. I don't think you've answered my question. He's saying, recognizing that you are not this physical form, while you have a physical form, gives you the freedom to move beyond the physical realm without losing connection to it. But it also gives you the freedom that when the time for this physical form has passed, that you yourself will know that you still exist, for you will have built a frame of reference for who you truly are. And this is what we mean. So it is important you establish that awareness of self as more than the body and more than the mind while you are in this physical body with this physical mind, to assert your dominion over them in a loving, compassionate way through your breath, through stillness, through quietness, through vividly positive imaginings. As you begin to perpetuate that process in your form, you create a position of awareness, which is the energy of you, which surrounds this form, which maintains it, which keeps it together. And at that perspective, you will never lose awareness or consciousness. When you know that the form and the mind are not who you are free to express that which you are through them and without them, for you will not be bound then by time and space as you currently are in the confines of the finite little self that you call your mind, your personality. Do this each day, 20 minutes per day. Allow your being to be free of this, and allow this to be free of this. Allow the being full freedom to work through this. As you get quieter and breathe deeper and move more gently into the being of your own energy, your own source energy, you will find a vibrational freedom in being what you already are consciously. From this perspective, we say much love. Do this work. It will grow. It will progress. You will find the freedom and liberation that is who you are. Well, much love, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the message, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share it with others. I cannot tell you from my own personal experience how profoundly simple this 20-minute process was for me when I first began it, when they first told me to start doing it. And I started doing it, and I noticed within days how much quieter and more relaxed I became, how less reactive I became to things going on around me, to what other people were saying. And I became more centered in my own awareness and more actually conscious. I became significantly more conscious of things around me, but less affected by them. And the other thing I started to notice is the way I was feeling often changed the way things were happening around me. I would go into places, people were different, circumstances were different, and I know from my experience that's what's happened, and I know that if you do this, you'll discover the same thing. Because the changes we make within us produce the changes that are around us, and that's the way it's always been. Jesus taught this to us all. Yeah, he taught that to all of us. He said, the kingdom of God is within you, right? And once it's within you, you'll start to see it around you. All right? Anyway, much love. Thank you for your time today. Take care. Bye-bye.